Well, when I was a kid, I had a kind of real rough childhood. I grew up in Bremerton, Washington, so right there in my hometown, and I was adopted into a family that couldn't have kids, and a few years later they ended up being able to have kids, so they really didn't need us anymore, and I felt kind of abandoned from that, and really started acting out, really angry kind of person, and got into a lot of trouble, and I was kicked out of my house. I was one of those runaways. I was always getting in fights. I was one of those bad kids that you really didn't want to be around, and ended up, jumping in and out of group homes and foster homes and boys' homes. So I had a real rough time growing up, and really just something that most people shouldn't ever have to go through. It wasn't that I was mad at God. I really never gave him a second thought. It was really, as far as I consider, a true atheist, that I was like, there's nothing after you die. And I went 20 years in the Marine Corps with that kind of mentality. Being somebody that was angry and wanted to prove that what everybody was saying wasn't true about me, saying that you're never going to amount to anything. I wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to be something more. The military was a perfect way for me to do that. It was a few years before I really started understanding that I was part of defending the United States. And it came up on that first enlistment where, you did the oath of enlistment, you're sitting there raising your hand, and you're going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And it really hit home to me, and it was something that I was like, wow, I'm really part of something. And I'm the one out there defending everybody's rights. So I had a job, I had a meaning, I had something in my life that I could call that was my own. When I retired from the Marine Corps, it was after 20 years, and now I realize that through the grace of God, I was reunited with my first love. When we were both 9 years old, and the very first moment that I laid eyes on her, she was sitting on the front porch playing in the dirt, and she looked up at me, and it was just that love at first sight. She's my soulmate. It must have been 31 years I've been in love with her and wanted to be married to her. And now I realize, through the grace of God, I had to go through all of that to actually be with her. And she was the one who really got me going to church, and she was so patient with me. So, reluctantly, I ended up going to church, and really, God started talking to me again. All those battles, all those fights, all the hard times that I had in my life was really setting the stage for exactly this battle that I'm at right now. And that's why I really enjoy coaching, is because I understand what those kids are going through. It's not like something that is foreign to me. There's nothing that they're going through that I haven't been through. And if I'm not giving back, what am I doing? Because I never want anybody to go through what I had to go through alone. This is something that isn't for any kind of glory. This isn't for anything that is about me. This is doing what is right. The selfish part of me, and the simple way to do this would be to agree with the school and say, yeah, I'll do whatever you want just so I can stay on the football field with those guys. I mean, that's where my heart's at. That's what my calling was. And the idea of not being able to do that because of something so simple as a prayer and giving thanks is beyond ridiculous to me. But those are the important things we need to fight for. We need to fight for our freedoms. We need to fight for the things that are right in society and for America. I couldn't look myself in the mirror if I just gave up because this got tough, if this was an inconvenience. It ultimately cost me everything.